Have you been an accomplice in aiding and abetting any form of sexual and gender-based violence? My name is Wangu Kanja and welcome to My Dignity Restored. Thank you. The reason why I asked the question, have you been an accomplice in aiding and abetting any form of sexual and gender-based violence? Because we know as a society, we tend to rationalize all forms of sexual and gender-based violence, and by so doing, we don't hold the perpetrators accountable. I'll give you an example of a mother whose daughter was defiled, and actually the daughter and the son were defiled or raped by the husband, and she kept quiet. And with due respect to all mothers out there, my concern is how we handle cases of sexual and gender-based violence, or to all parents out there, how we handle cases of sexual and gender-based violence. One, if a crime happened the first time, if a child or a woman or a boy was raped for the first time and you do not take action, it's going to happen the second time, the third time, and the fourth time. If a woman was the husband or an intimate partner raised their hands on them the first time and they did not take action, it's going to happen again and again and again, because we have this heart of saying we forgive, or the person, when the person comes and asks for forgiveness, we are easy to forgive. I'm not saying we should not forgive. All I'm saying is, if you do not take the right action, for example, reporting it to the police station, seeking for psychological support, it is bound to happen again, but also it is bound to get out of hand. The first time it will be a slap or a kick, but it will escalate to kicks and blows, them using a knife, a panga to beat you or to chop off something from your body, as we've seen in the recent past, where we have so many men and women going through forms of sexual and gender-based violence just because we were accomplices by keeping quiet, but also not holding the person accountable for their action. So we need to stop aiding and abetting these kind of crimes, because a crime is a crime, and we need to support anyone who's going through any form of violence by giving them practical solutions, not waiting until they've lost their life. That's when you start saying, I wish I did, or I wish I knew, I wish I referred the person to someone who can help them. The time is now to take action, and at the same time, let's not use the church as a way of aiding and abetting crimes. Yes, we can pray about issues. I have no problem with praying, but let's take practical examples, helping that person to understand what is happening to them, and if they don't take action, what might happen to them, because you might be saving a life. My call to action to you and others who are watching this video is hold all perpetrators of any form of sexual and gender-based violence accountable for their action, because if you do so, we will end all forms of sexual and gender-based violence in the country. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe.